Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because in today's Pick a Pile Tarot reading, we are going to be diving into your next meaningful love connection. We're going to see, what's coming up for you and just, get some in-depth clarity on what that connection might look like. So this reading is going to be really special because we're not just pulling cards. We're going to be looking at the overall energy surrounding this connection, and then we're going to tap into specific areas like, potential timelines, what you need to be aware of, and how to best prepare yourself for this beautiful new love. And it's a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this, these messages are meant for you right now. So, for pile number 1, we have the Selenite moon. It's all about clarifying and unveiling a hidden desire. Then for pile number 2, we have the Jade butterfly, which is about nurturing and cultivating inner growth. And then for pile number 3, we have the black obsidian pyramid, which is harmonizing and releasing past burdens. And finally, for pile number 4, we have the Citrine tower, which is all about illuminating and attracting joyful opportunities. So go ahead and take a moment to just, breathe and see which pile you feel most drawn to. There's no pressure to choose, just trust your intuition, okay? It's also totally okay if you're drawn to more than one pile, maybe there's multiple messages for you. But with that being said, let's take a moment to make a wish together now. Close your eyes, focus on the pile you've chosen, and imagine that beautiful love connection coming into your life. Okay, my friend, Selenite moon is all about, clarity, right? And with the theme being unveiling a hidden desire, this reading is going to shine a light on what you really want in love, maybe even something you've been afraid to admit. Ooh, I'm already excited. Okay, let's dive in because these cards are juicy. First up, we have strength. And what I'm seeing here is, this incredible inner power that you possess, okay? It's not about brute force, but more about gentle, persistent courage. You know, that ability to tame your inner lions, those fears and doubts that hold you back. This card is telling me that you are way stronger than you think you are, seriously. Maybe you've been through some stuff, or maybe you just underestimate yourself, but strength is here to say, girl, you got this. In the context of love, this could mean having the courage to be vulnerable, to express your needs, or to stand up for yourself in a relationship. It's about finding that inner lioness and letting her roar, but with grace and compassion, It's about knowing your worth and not settling for less than you deserve. Are you ready to really own your power in the love department? Then we have the Six of Cups, which is all about nostalgia, memories, and past connections. This could be a literal ex coming back into your life, or it could be more symbolic. Maybe you're idealizing the past, thinking about the good old days of a previous relationship. Or perhaps this is about revisiting old dreams and desires. What did you used to want in love? What made you happy way back when? This card is urging you to take a look at the past, not to get stuck there, but to gain some insights. What lessons did you learn? What patterns are you repeating? What truly brings you joy? It's also possible a childhood friend or someone from your past may appear, and with the Strength card, you may find yourself being very courageous if they do. So, don't dismiss those old memories, okay? They might be holding clues to your hidden desire. But hold on, because here comes the Five of Swords. Uh-oh. This card is, all about conflict, disagreements, and feeling defeated. It suggests that you might be afraid of confrontation in relationships, or that you've been burned in the past. Maybe you're worried about getting hurt again, so you avoid conflict at all costs. But here's the thing, avoiding conflict doesn't make it disappear. It just festers and grows. This card could be showing a fear of open and honest conversation about needs. It's that feeling of walking on eggshells, or maybe always giving in to keep the peace. But is that really peace? Or is it just a temporary band-aid? And how does that affect your hidden desires? Are you even able to speak them out loud? So we have this amazing inner strength, a look back at the Six of Cups, but this underlying fear with the Five of Swords. I'm dying to know how this all plays out. What could this mean for you moving forward? Okay, so the Tower, wow, after all that strength, the Six of Cups, the Five of Swords, here comes the Tower. This is a major shakeup, This isn't some little thing. This is a big change. I think it's so interesting it's coming up now. I feel like this could be the thing that, like, finally breaks through that fear we saw with the Five of Swords, you know? All that avoiding conflict. Maybe the Tower is saying that you can't avoid it anymore, that something is going to, like, explode and force you to deal with it. Or, okay, here's another thought, maybe that fear, that avoidance, is actually causing the Tower moment. Like, because you're not addressing things, because you're not being honest, everything is building up and up and up until boom. It all comes crashing down. Like, have you ever felt like you were walking on eggshells, and then one little thing just sets you off? That could be the Tower. So, like, in the context of love and unveiling those hidden desires, this could mean a relationship ending suddenly, or maybe a huge fight that changes everything. Or it could be you finally realizing something about yourself or your partner that shatters your illusions, you know? Like, oh my God, I've been settling this whole time. Or, I've been lying to myself about what I really want. And I think it's important to remember that the Tower, even though it can be scary, is ultimately about liberation. It's about getting rid of what's not serving you, even if it's painful in the moment. It's like, sometimes you have to tear down the old house to build a new one. It's about, like, clearing the slate and starting over, you know? With the Strength card we saw earlier, you'll have the courage to get through it. And with that Selenite moon energy, that clarity, I feel like this Tower moment, as scary as it seems, is actually going to bring you closer to that hidden desire. It's going to force you to be honest with yourself and with others. It's going to clear away all the BS and leave you with what's real, you know? Are you ready for that? I am so excited to see what happens next. What's coming after this? Okay, so after the Tower, boom, we get the King of Swords. Wow, this is, like, super interesting. Okay, so this could be a person coming into your life, you know, someone who embodies King of Swords energy, like super intelligent, logical, clear thinking, maybe a little bit detached, you know? They cut through the BS. Could be an air sign too, like a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But it could also be you embodying this energy. Like, after the Tower moment, you're forced to step into your King of Swords power, you know? No more emotions clouding your judgment. Like, you're seeing things super clearly for the first time. And, okay, thinking about that hidden desire, maybe this King of Swords energy is about finally being honest with yourself about what you want. No more sugarcoating, no more, like, trying to please other people. You're just laying it all out there, like, this is what I want and this is why. It's like, you're using your intellect to dissect your feelings, figure out what's real and what's just, like, old baggage. And remember that Five of Swords? That fear of conflict. The King of Swords isn't afraid of conflict. He's all about truth, even if it's uncomfortable. Okay, so maybe this means you're finally ready to have those hard conversations. You're not going to back down, you're not going to avoid it. You're going to use your words like a sword, cutting through the lies and getting to the heart of the matter. But okay, here's the thing, with the King of Swords, it's important to be ethical, you know. Like, don't use your words to manipulate or hurt people. Use them to clarify, to set boundaries, to stand up for yourself and what you believe in, and especially to seek that hidden desire. Another thought, okay, maybe this King of Swords energy is showing up in your career. Are you stepping into a leadership role? Are you being asked to make tough decisions? This card is saying you have the intellectual power to do it. You can analyze the situation, weigh the pros and cons, and come to a logical conclusion. And with the Strength card backing you up, you have the courage to act on it. It could mean you have to make an unpopular decision. But honestly, I think this is about you finding your voice, you know. After the Tower, you're not afraid to speak your mind. You're not afraid to be seen as intelligent or assertive. You're owning your power, just like the Strength card said. And with that Selenite moon energy, that clarity, you're seeing things so clearly. So, like, what truth are you finally ready to face? And how is that truth going to unlock that hidden desire? I'm so ready for the next card. Okay, so after all that intense energy, the King of Swords, like, cutting through everything, we get the Seven of Wands. This is, like, super interesting coming up right now. Okay, first thing I'm seeing is, like, a feeling of being challenged, you know? Like you're standing your ground, defending yourself against, like, a bunch of different forces. So, like, after all that clarity, are you now facing some resistance? I think that's definitely something to consider, especially considering that Five of Swords and that fear of conflict we saw earlier. So, okay, maybe you've finally found your voice with the King of Swords, but now you have to, actually use it. It's one thing to know what you want, it's another thing to, stand up for it. And with that Strength card and this Seven of Wands, it's all about fighting for your inner strength. Not letting anyone take it away from you. It's interesting, with the Selenite moon, everything's so clear, right? But the Seven of Wands brings in a sense of struggle, almost like the universe is testing you. Are you ready to really commit to this hidden desire? Okay, let's dig deeper, because this could also mean that, you're facing some external challenges. Maybe you're getting pushback from other people, maybe they don't understand your choices, or maybe they're even actively trying to sabotage you. It's like you're climbing this mountain and people are throwing rocks at you. What's going on in your life? Are you feeling attacked or undermined? Are you having to defend your choices to friends, family, maybe even a partner? Or, okay, could this be about competition in your career? Are you vying for a promotion or trying to stand out in a crowded field? The Seven of Wands says, don't back down. You've got the skills, you've got the passion, you've got the strength, you just need to keep fighting, even when it gets tough. But here's another thought, okay? Maybe this is an internal struggle, right? Like those voices in your head that are telling you you're not good enough, that you can't do it. Maybe the biggest challenge you're facing is your own self-doubt. The Seven of Wands could be saying that you need to defend yourself from your inner critic. Stand up for your dreams and believe in yourself, even when you're feeling scared. Remember that tower moment? That shake-up. Maybe it cleared away some of the BS, but now you have to actively defend that new space, that new truth. So, my friend, what are you fighting for right now? And how is that connected to unveiling that hidden desire? Because I'm dying to know. Okay, so after all that fighting, that Seven of Wands energy, trying to defend yourself, we get the Four of Pentacles. This is really interesting. So, okay, first thing I'm seeing is this feeling of wanting to hold on tight, to protect what you have. After all that upheaval with the Tower and all that defending with the Seven of Wands, maybe you're just craving some stability. You just want to hold on to something that feels safe and secure. But okay, here's the thing. The Four of Pentacles can also be about being a little too controlling, clinging to things too tightly, being afraid of letting go. So, maybe after the Tower shook everything up, and you stepped into your power with the King of Swords, you're now, almost afraid of losing that control. Are you maybe trying to control the situation, or maybe even control the people around you? Or, okay, going back to that Six of Cups, maybe you're clinging to the past. Holding on to old memories or relationships, even if they're not really serving you anymore. Are you still holding on to something from the past that's actually blocking you from moving forward and unveiling that hidden desire? Thinking about that hidden desire, maybe this Four of Pentacles is showing a fear of not having enough. Like a scarcity mindset when it comes to love or resources. Are you afraid that if you give too much, you'll be left with nothing? Maybe you're holding back your feelings, or maybe you're not being as generous as you could be, because you're afraid of getting hurt. And with that Five of Swords in the mix, that fear of conflict, maybe you're holding onto your resources, whether they are emotional or even physical, as a way to protect yourself from getting into fights. But okay, let's look at this in another way. Maybe this is about building a solid foundation, right? After all that chaos with the Tower, maybe you're finally ready to create some structure and stability in your life. Putting down some roots, building something that will last. But are you doing it in a way that's too rigid? Are you so focused on security that you're not allowing for any flexibility or spontaneity? Maybe the universe is asking you to loosen your grip a little bit, to trust that things will be okay, even if you don't have everything perfectly planned out. Remember that Strength card? It's not about brute force, it's about gentle persistence. So are you being gentle with yourself? And what about that Selenite moon energy, right? That clarity. Are you being clear with yourself about what you truly need to feel secure? Or are you just clinging to things out of habit or fear? What are you really trying to protect? And is it really worth holding onto so tightly? I am so excited about what card we pull next, I just can't wait to see what comes after this. Okay, my friend, so after all of that, we finally have temperance. And honestly, doesn't that just feel so good after that wild ride? With the Selenite moon energy we started with, all about clarity, and our theme of unveiling that hidden desire, this card is like the key to bringing it all together, Like all those other cards, they were like different ingredients, and temperance is about mixing them all together to create something amazing. So, temperance is all about balance, harmony, finding that middle ground. It's not about being perfect, it's about finding what works for you, It's about creating a life that feels good, that feels authentic. And after that tower moment, all that shaking up, this card is saying it is time to heal, okay? Time to find some peace. Remember that Five of Swords, that fear of conflict. Temperance is saying you don't have to be afraid, You can find a way to communicate your needs, to stand up for yourself, but also to be compassionate and understanding, okay? It's about finding that balance between being assertive and being kind. And that King of Swords energy, all that clarity and truth, temperance is about taking that truth and using it to create something beautiful. It's about using your intellect and your emotions in harmony, Not letting one overpower the other. It's like you are the alchemist mixing those energies. What about the Seven of Wands, all those challenges and feeling like you had to defend yourself? Temperance is saying you don't have to fight so hard, You can find a way to navigate those challenges with grace and ease, to find compromises and solutions that work for everyone, seriously. Remember the Four of Pentacles and all that holding on. Temperance is saying it's okay to let go a little, to trust that things will be okay, even if you don't have everything perfectly controlled. It's about finding that balance between security and freedom. So, what does this all mean for you and your hidden desire, right? Okay, it means you have the strength from that Strength card and the clarity from that Selenite moon to create the love life you truly want. You've been through a lot, You've faced your fears, you've spoken your truth, and now it's time to find that balance, to create a relationship that feels harmonious, that feels good for both of you, okay? Trust yourself, trust the universe, and know that you are worthy of love and happiness. Okay? I'm so excited for you. Okay, so, pile crystal, jade butterfly, right? Nurturing is the vibe, which totally makes sense with cultivating inner growth as our theme here. It feels like this reading is all about becoming your most grounded, loving self. Okay, so first up, we have the World. This card, oh my gosh, this card is huge. Like capital huge. The World is all about completion, about cycles ending, about reaching a summit. Think of it like graduating or finishing a massive project or finally understanding a really big life lesson. It's that feeling of, wow, I did it. But also, okay, what's next? Because, every ending is also a beginning. It's like you've been climbing this mountain, right? And you finally reach the top and you're like, okay, cool, I see the whole world from here, but where do I go now? Now, right after that, we have the Six of Swords, which is interesting. Because usually after this massive sense of accomplishment, there's still a little bit of residue, Like you're sailing away from something, from some choppy waters, towards something calmer. Maybe you've learned a really important lesson. Maybe you're leaving behind some old baggage. It could even be like leaving behind an old version of yourself. The Six of Swords is all about moving on, but it's not always easy, is it? It's like you're on this boat, you can see the calmer waters ahead, but you're still looking back at what you're leaving behind. It's bittersweet, but it's definitely necessary for your growth, especially with that nurturing jade butterfly energy we've got going on. And then bam, the Emperor. Okay, this is where it gets really good. The Emperor is all about taking control, about being grounded, about having authority. But it's not just about bossing people around, it's about mastering yourself, your own emotions, your own reactions. Think of him as the ultimate CEO of your own life. After this journey, after this completion, after moving away from those choppy waters, you are stepping into your Emperor energy. You're building a solid foundation for yourself. You're calling the shots. And because we're focusing on inner growth here, this isn't just about external success, it's about internal power, like knowing who you are and what you want and going after it with confidence. This is so exciting, because with this Emperor energy, you are attracting someone who respects that strength, someone who is drawn to your stability and your self-assuredness. This could mean amazing things for your love life, like seriously. Okay, so, oh my gosh, the Empress. After the Emperor, this is like, wow. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've got the structure, you've got the power, now let's bring in the love, the beauty, the abundance. The Empress is all about nurturing, right? And with that jade butterfly, it's like double nurturing power. But it's not just about nurturing others, it's about nurturing yourself. Like, really mothering yourself, giving yourself permission to enjoy the sensual pleasures of life. Think long baths, delicious food, surrounding yourself with beauty, you know? So, how does this connect to your love life? Well, the Empress is all about fertility, and not just literal bobbies, but fertile ground for new relationships to grow. Because you've stepped into your Emperor energy, you're attracting someone who respects that, but the Empress softens that energy, makes you approachable, makes you magnetic. It's like you're not just a powerful CEO, you're a goddess radiating love and warmth. And honestly, this is huge for attracting a meaningful connection. Think about it, you've completed this cycle, you've moved on from whatever was holding you back, you've claimed your power, and now you're opening yourself up to receive love and abundance. It's like you've cleared the space, built the foundation, and now you're decorating it with beautiful things, making it a home for love to blossom. And because we're talking about inner growth, this also means self-love. Like, are you treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would offer a lover? Are you creating a space within yourself that feels safe and nurturing? Because that's key to attracting a healthy relationship, you know? When you love yourself, you attract someone who loves you in the same way. So, practically speaking, what does this mean? It means, like, take some time to pamper yourself, do things that make you feel good, connect with your senses. Maybe redecorate your space, buy yourself some flowers, cook a delicious meal. And most importantly, be open to receiving love, both from yourself and from others. Because with the Empress here, the universe is definitely sending some good vibes your way. Now I'm super curious to see what card comes next, because it feels like this is all building up to something amazing. Okay, wow, the Chariot. Oh my gosh, this is so good. So the Chariot is all about, like, willpower, control, and, like, seriously moving forward, you know? It's like after all that inner work, after the completion and the moving on, you're like, okay, I know what I want and I'm going for it, you know? And, like, think about it with the Emperor and the Empress. It's like you're not just in control, but you're also harnessing that Empress energy, that nurturing, loving vibe to fuel your ambitions. It's not just about, like, being a boss, it's about being a powerful, loving force, you know? Like, a queen ruling with both strength and compassion. It's like you're integrating these masculine and feminine energies, like, perfectly, you know? It's so powerful, but the Chariot isn't always easy, right? There can be obstacles. Maybe those choppy waters from the Six of Swords are still lingering, maybe there are some doubts or fears holding you back. But the Chariot is all about overcoming them, about using your willpower to push through. It's like, okay, I see the challenges, but I'm not going to let them stop me, you know? It's that kind of energy. And this is huge for your love life, because the Chariot is all about attracting someone who admires your drive, your ambition, your determination. Like, they see you going after your goals and they're like, wow, that's so hot, you know? They're not intimidated by your power, they're drawn to it. They see that you're not afraid to take charge, that you know what you want, and that's incredibly attractive. It's like they see you as a force of nature, someone who's going places, and they want to be a part of that journey. This is a partner who's going to support your dreams, not hold you back, you know. And because you're coming from this place of inner growth, from this nurtured space, you're attracting someone who's aligned with your values, someone who's on the same path, and someone who's a total equal. I'm, like, seriously dying to know what the next card is, because it feels like this is all building up to something, like, seriously amazing. I can't wait to see where this Chariot is headed, you know. Okay, oh my God, the Magician. So, like, you've got the Chariot, right? You're moving forward, you have the willpower, but the Magician is like, okay, now use your tools. Like, you're not just driving, you're crafting your reality, right? Think about it, you've got the Emperor's grounded power, the Empress's nurturing love, and now you're consciously using those energies to manifest what you want. Like, it's not just about attracting love, It's about creating the kind of love you want. You know, like, what do you even want? The Magician's all about having all the elements at your fingertips. Like earth, air, fire, water, all there, ready to be wielded, like it's all available. And in terms of love, this is huge, because it means you're not just waiting for someone to show up. You're actively shaping your love life, you're setting intentions, you're putting yourself out there in a way that's aligned with your values, you know. Like you're not just swiping on dating apps, you're going to events that resonate with your soul, you're having conversations that are authentic and meaningful. And because of all this inner work, the world, the Six of Swords, the Emperor, the Empress, you're doing it from a place of wholeness and self-love. You're not looking for someone to complete you, you're looking for someone to share your already amazing life with. Practically speaking, this is like, okay, what are your tools? What are your skills? What are your resources? Are you good at writing? Write a killer dating profile. Are you a great cook? Host a dinner party. Are you a master of conversation? Strike up a chat with someone new. It's like you have everything you need to create the love life you desire. It's all there, right in front of you. This nurturing crystal energy wants you to succeed. I am seriously dying to know what the next card is, because it feels like we're at this pivotal moment, you know. You've done all the work, you've got all the tools, you're ready to manifest, but like, what's the universe going to throw your way? What kind of opportunities or challenges are you going to face? It's like the stage is set, the curtain is about to rise, and I'm on the edge of my seat. It's like, oh my God, spill the tea. Okay, so, oh my God, the King of Swords. After all that, like, Empress, Magician energy, this is like a shot of pure intellectual clarity. The King of Swords is all about truth, justice, and like, making decisions based on logic, not emotion, right? Like, he's the master of his mind, he sees things as they are, without any, like, rose-colored glasses. He's not afraid to cut through the crap, to speak his mind, even if it's not what people want to hear. It's like, okay, so, with all this manifestation stuff with the Magician, this King of Swords energy is saying, like, okay, great, you know what you want, but are you being realistic about it? You know. Like, are you setting achievable goals? Are you being honest with yourself about what you're willing to do to get there? And also, like, are you attracting the right kind of person, or are you just falling for someone because they look good on paper? You know, with the Jade butterfly energy, it's really about nurturing your mind, being really smart about your choices, and cultivating real clarity. Like, think about it, you've got all this power with the Emperor, you've got all this love with the Empress, you're moving forward with the Chariot, and you're manifesting with the Magician, but the King of Swords is like, hold up, let's make sure we're not being totally delusional here. Right? It's like bringing a dose of reality to the party. And honestly, that's a good thing, because sometimes we can get so caught up in our dreams that we forget to, like, actually think things through, right? I definitely think this King of Swords is all about being, like, super discerning and, not settling. And this is, like, huge for your love life, because it means you're not just going to fall for the first person who comes along and, like, tells you what you want to hear. You're going to, like, actually evaluate them, see if they're a good fit for you, see if they align with your values, see if they're actually capable of giving you what you need, right? It's like you're using your mind to protect your heart and to make sure that you're not wasting your time on someone who's not worth it. Practically speaking, this means, like, doing your research. If you're meeting someone online, like, stalk their social media, see if their stories add up, right? Ask them tough questions, see how they respond. Don't be afraid to challenge them, to push them a little bit, to see if they can handle it. And most importantly, listen to your gut. If something feels off, trust your intuition, because your mind is probably picking up on something that your heart is ignoring. Ooh, but I am, like, seriously so curious to know what the next card is. Because, like, is this King of Swords going to lead you to finding, like, a really grounded, amazing connection? Or is he going to shut everything down and be like, nope, no love for you? Okay, so, wow, the Knight of Swords. After all that preparation, all that inner work, all that manifesting and reality checking, this is like go time. The Knight of Swords is all about action, about charging forward with purpose, about not being afraid to take risks. He's the ultimate gadgeter, but he's not reckless, you know. He's got that King of Swords energy backing him up, that clarity, that focus, that ability to see things as they are. So, it's not just about rushing into things blindly. It's about taking decisive action with a clear vision and a strategic plan, you know. Think about it, you've completed a cycle, you've moved on from the past, you've claimed your power, you've opened yourself up to love, you've manifested your desires, and you've gotten real with yourself about what you want, right? Now, it's time to put all that into action. It's like you've sharpened your sword, now go use it. In terms of your love life, this means, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, but do it smartly. Like, if you've been eyeing someone, reach out, start a conversation, ask them on a date. But don't just settle for anyone who comes along, keep that King of Swords discernment in mind. Be clear about what you're looking for, and don't be afraid to walk away if someone isn't a good fit, you know. And remember that Jade butterfly energy, that nurturing vibe? Don't forget to be kind to yourself throughout this process, you know. Dating can be tough, rejection can sting, but don't let it discourage you. Keep nurturing your inner self, keep believing in yourself, and keep putting yourself out there, because you deserve to find love, and you're totally capable of creating the love life you desire. It's like, you've got all the tools, you've got all the power, you've got all the love within you. Now go out there and make it happen. Don't wait for love to find you, go find love. Be bold, be confident, be clear, and most importantly, be yourself. The universe is on your side and you've got this. Seriously, this is your time. Okay? Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I really hope that this resonated and that you feel empowered to go out there and find the love that you deserve. Bye for now. Alright, so with the Black Obsidian Pyramid, we're looking at harmonizing energies and releasing past burdens. This is all about finding balance as you let go, and these cards really reflect that journey, oh my gosh. Okay, so first up we have the Strength card. I'm seeing a real inner power here, you know? This isn't about brute force, it's about gentle persistence and compassion. It's about having the courage to face whatever comes your way, especially after you've decided to release these burdens. So you've already made the choice to let go, and Strength is here to say, you got this, you absolutely have the inner resources to navigate this transition. This card is almost like a gentle reminder, hey, remember how strong you actually are. Don't underestimate yourself. You've overcome challenges before, and this is just another opportunity to shine, you know? Then we have the Five of Cups, and this is where things get a little more emotional, I guess you could say. So this card is all about, acknowledging loss and disappointment. There's some grief here, definitely. You might be focusing on what you've lost, those spilled cups, you know, but look, there are still 2 cups standing. It's yes, things might not have turned out exactly as you planned, and it's okay to feel sad about that, absolutely. But this card is also urging you to shift your perspective and see what you still have. What blessings remain? What opportunities are still open to you? Don't let the disappointment completely overshadow the good things in your life, you know? This is super important, because I feel like you're so close to something amazing, but you need to, really allow yourself to process these emotions so you can fully embrace the new possibilities. It's you can't move forward if you're constantly looking back at what's been lost. This card is a call to, really feel your feelings, but also, to not get stuck in them, you know? To acknowledge the pain, but then choose to focus on healing and growth, because, gosh, you deserve it. And finally, oh my gosh, we have the Page of Wands. This is yes. This card is pure excitement, inspiration, new beginnings. It's after you've processed those emotions from the Five of Cups, you're gonna be bursting with energy and new ideas. This is a time to explore your passions, to try new things, to be open to adventure. The Page of Wands is all about embracing your creativity and following your intuition, so definitely pay attention to any ideas or opportunities that come your way, because they could lead to something really amazing. The Page of Wands is go for it. What do you have to lose, after all? Oh my gosh, the Six of Wands. This is such a good sign, you know? After all of that inner work with the Strength card and processing those emotions with the Five of Cups, and then embracing new beginnings with the Page of Wands, the Six of Wands is bam, victory, success, public recognition. It's all that hard work is paying off, you know? I'm feeling this is a major confidence boost for you too. It's like you've faced your challenges, you've learned from them, and now you're being acknowledged for your strength and resilience. It's almost like the universe is saying, hey, look at you go, you're amazing. And it's not just about external validation either. It's about feeling that sense of accomplishment within yourself. It's knowing that you've overcome obstacles and that you're capable of achieving great things. So, how does this connect to your love life? Well, I'm thinking that this could mean that you're attracting attention from potential partners because of your newfound confidence and success. Maybe you're shining brighter than ever before and people are noticing, you know? Or it could mean that you're finally ready to put yourself out there and pursue a meaningful connection because you believe in yourself and your worth. It's like you're not afraid to be seen and celebrated for who you are. But, there's also another possibility here. Maybe this isn't about a new relationship at all. Maybe it's about feeling victorious in your own skin, regardless of your relationship status. Maybe it's about realizing that you don't need someone else to validate your worth. You're already complete and amazing just as you are. And that feeling of self-acceptance and self-love is ultimately what's going to attract the right person into your life, you know? So with the Black Obsidian Pyramid being all about harmonizing and releasing burdens, the Six of Wands is really showing that you're moving into a place of balance, right? All of this energy coming together. You're letting go of past insecurities and embracing your authentic self, and that's incredibly attractive. It really, really is. Now, I'm not saying that this definitely means you're going to meet your soulmate tomorrow, okay? We still have 3 cards to pull, and they're going to give us even more clarity on what's in store for you. But I will say that the Six of Wands is a really positive sign, and it suggests that you're on the right track towards finding a meaningful love connection. And it's also all about the love connection you're building with yourself. Okay, are you ready for the next card? Oh my gosh, the Lovers. This is such a powerful card, you know? Especially after the Six of Wands and all that talk about self-love and attracting the right person. So, the Lovers card is obviously about love and relationships, but it's also about making choices and aligning your values right. So, the most obvious interpretation here is that you're about to enter into a really meaningful love connection. This isn't just some casual fling, this is the real deal, you know? I feel like this card is saying that you're finally ready to open your heart to someone new after doing all that inner work with the Strength card and the Five of Cups. You've released those past burdens, you've embraced your authentic self with the Page of Wands, and now you're attracting a partner who truly aligns with your values and your soul, you know. This could be someone who you meet unexpectedly, or it could be someone who's already in your life, but the connection is about to deepen significantly. It really, really could. But there's also another possibility here, you know? The Lovers card isn't always about romantic love. It can also be about self-love and making a conscious choice to align with your true self. Maybe this card is urging you to choose yourself and to prioritize your own happiness and well-being. And after everything we've already talked about, that really is such a beautiful message, you know? It could mean finding harmony within yourself and choosing a path that aligns with your soul's purpose. It's this card could be about making a decision that is in alignment with your heart and your values. So it's about that harmony we're talking about and moving into a place of balance. You know, something I'm just now realizing is the Lovers can also signify a big decision related to your love life, you know? Maybe you're at a crossroads and you need to make a choice about which path to take. Do you stay in your current relationship, or do you move on? Do you open yourself up to a new relationship, or do you focus on yourself? This card is urging you to listen to your intuition and to make a decision that feels right for you, even if it's scary, you know? This decision will, have a major impact on your future, you know? So, yeah, the Lovers card is so multifaceted. It could mean finding true love with another person, or it could mean choosing self-love and aligning with your authentic self. It could also mean making a major decision about your love life. Either way, this card is about making choices that are in alignment with your heart and your values. I'm so excited to see what the next cards reveal about which path you're on. Oh my gosh, the Empress. Okay, so this card, It's all about abundance, nurturing, and sensual connection, you know? It's like, after all that talk about choices and aligning with your values with the lovers, the Empress is like, yes, you deserve all the good things in life. It's like, this is such a feminine energy card, and it's all about embracing your own inner goddess, you know? So if we're talking about a new love connection, the Empress could mean that this person is going to be incredibly nurturing and supportive, and they're going to really cherish you and make you feel safe and loved, you know? I'm feeling like this person is going to be very sensual and passionate, and they're going to really appreciate your beauty and your feminine energy, whatever that means for you, of course. This could also mean that this relationship is going to be very fertile, not necessarily in a literal sense, but it's going to be a space where you can both grow and create something beautiful together, whatever that looks like, you know? But, there's also another possibility here, you know? The Empress isn't always about another person, you know? Sometimes it's about embracing your own inner Empress and really connecting with your own feminine energy. So, after making those choices with the lovers, it could be you're now moving into a space of really nurturing yourself, really taking care of yourself, and really embracing your own beauty and your own sensuality, you know? It's like you're becoming your own source of abundance and love, and you don't need anyone else to validate your worth. And that, in itself, is incredibly powerful and attractive, right? This is almost like a next level of that self-love we were talking about before, you know? And something else I'm thinking about is, with the black obsidian and releasing past burdens, the Empress could be about, fully embracing your body and your sensuality after, maybe feeling disconnected from it for a while, you know? Maybe you're finally letting go of those old insecurities and really celebrating your own physical beauty and your own physical being. It's whether this card is pointing towards a new relationship or towards self-love, it's all about embracing abundance and nurturing yourself on every level, and really moving into a place of balance, you know? I'm so excited to see how the final card ties all of this together. Oh my gosh, Justice. Okay, so this card is all about fairness, truth, and karmic balance, you know? It's after all that talk about self-love and nurturing yourself with the Empress, Justice is here to say, okay, but are you being honest with yourself? Are you truly acting in alignment with your values? You know? So, if we're talking about a new love connection, Justice could mean that this relationship is going to be very balanced and fair, where both partners are treated equally and with respect, you know? I'm feeling like this card is saying that you need to be honest with yourself and with your partner about what you want and what you need in this relationship. It's no more playing games, no more hiding your true feelings, you know? This is a time to be authentic and transparent and to really communicate openly with each other, because if you do not, karma is gonna come knocking, you know? But there's also another possibility here, you know? Justice isn't always about a romantic relationship. Sometimes it's about your relationship with yourself, you know? Maybe this card is urging you to take a long, hard look at your life and to see if you're really living in alignment with your values. It's are you being fair to yourself, you know? Are you treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would offer to others? And are you making decisions that are truly in your best interest? It could be you're finally realizing that you need to make some changes in your life in order to achieve greater balance and harmony, you know? So, yeah, after all that talk about self-love, Justice is okay, but are you actually being honest with yourself about what you need to do to grow and evolve? I'm also feeling like this card could be about, past actions coming back to either reward you or haunt you. With the black obsidian and releasing past burdens, Justice could be about facing the consequences of your past choices, you know. Maybe you're finally ready to take responsibility for your actions and to make amends for any harm you've caused, or maybe you're finally going to receive the rewards for all the good you've done, you know. Either way, this card is about karmic balance and about things evening out, you know. What goes around comes around, right? This is such a powerful card, and it's all about integrity, honesty, and accountability. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to see how this all comes together with the next card. Oh my gosh, Temperance. This is just like the perfect card to end this reading, you know? After all that talk about justice and karmic balance, Temperance is like, okay, now let's find some harmony and balance in your life for real. With the black obsidian pyramid being all about harmonizing, it's like everything is coming full circle, you know? So, like, Temperance is all about blending energies, finding that middle ground, and, like, not being too extreme in anything that you do, you know? It's about moderation, patience, and finding what works for you, so think about it. After finding your inner strength, Temperance is about using that strength wisely, with grace and compassion. After acknowledging those emotions with the Five of Cups, Temperance is about finding emotional equilibrium, not suppressing your feelings, but also not letting them overwhelm you, you know? And after embracing new beginnings with the Page of Wands, Temperance is about channeling that energy in a constructive and balanced way. You know, like directing all of that passionate energy. Like after experiencing victory with the Six of Wands, Temperance is about staying humble and grounded, remembering that success is a journey, not a destination, and that you're on the right path. After making those choices with the Lovers, Temperance is about finding harmony in your relationships, both with yourself and with others. It's about compromising, communicating, and creating a win-win situation for everyone involved. And after nurturing yourself with the Empress, Temperance is about finding balance in your self-care routine, making sure that you're not neglecting any aspect of your well-being, you know? So, what does this mean for your love life? Well, Temperance could mean that you're attracting a partner who is very balanced and harmonious, someone who brings a sense of calm and stability into your life. Or, it could mean that you need to find more balance within yourself before you can attract the right person. Maybe you need to focus on your own healing and growth before you can fully open yourself up to a new relationship, you know. And it's about being honest with yourself. Ultimately, Temperance is a reminder that everything in life is about balance and moderation. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can thrive and flourish and not moving too fast. So, my advice to you is to be patient, be kind to yourself, and trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. You are on the right path, and you have everything you need to create a life that is full of love, joy, and abundance, you know. Oh my gosh, you've got this. Hey there, friend, welcome. So you picked the Citrine Tower, which is all about illuminating, right? And the theme here is attracting joyful opportunities. It's like Citrine wants to shine a light on what brings you joy so you can, pull those good things into your life, you know. Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands, and oh honey, it looks like you've been carrying, all the things, right? Seriously, way too much. 10 Wands is, the maxed-out version of burdens. This card is saying you are feeling so responsible for everything and everyone. It's that feeling of, if I don't do it, who will? And honestly, it's exhausting you, right? You're probably feeling stretched thin and maybe even a little resentful, if I'm being real. It's like you're trying to hold it all together, but you're starting to crack under the pressure. This card is a huge nudge from the universe to, drop some of that baggage, okay? Seriously. What can you delegate? What can you say no to? What can you just, let go of completely? Now, right next to that heavy Ten of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, which is, a breath of fresh air, honestly. This card is all about curiosity, new ideas, and, a mental shift. After carrying all that weight, this page is showing up to say, hey, wait a minute, is there another way? It's that little voice in your head that's maybe I don't have to do everything myself. It's a card of questioning, of being willing to see things from a new perspective. And because it's swords, it's very mental, intellectual. This page is urging you to, get curious, do some research, ask questions. How can you lighten your load? What new approaches can you take? This card is almost like an invitation to shake things up a little bit, you know. And then to top it off, we have the Page of Wands, which is just pure, unadulterated inspiration and excitement. So you've dropped the heavy load, you're starting to get curious, and now, bam, this page is okay, what do I want to do? It's that feeling of, ooh, what if I tried this? A spark of creativity, a new adventure, a new passion project maybe. This page is so open to possibilities, so enthusiastic about the future. And it's all about joyful energy, which goes perfectly with attracting joyful opportunities. Think about what sets your soul on fire and how you can actually bring that into your life, starting now. It's coming, bestie. Okay, so, wow, we have the Knight of Swords here. This is interesting. Like, after all that, like, releasing and, like, getting curious and inspired, here comes the Knight of Swords. So, like, this knight is all about, like, action and, like, going after what you want, like, full speed ahead, you know? This card is like, okay, you've had these ideas, now it's time to, like, make them happen. It's very decisive energy. But, because it's swords, it can also be a little bit, impulsive, you know? So, like, you've got all this joyful opportunity energy with the citrine. And, like, the pages were all about, like, possibilities, but this knight is like, okay, I've chosen my path and I'm going for it, you know? So it could mean a couple of things, right? Either this is you, like, taking all that newfound, like, energy and just, like, running with it, which can be really good. Like, you're finally feeling free from all those burdens, thanks to the Ten of Wands, and you're like, okay, I know what I want and I'm going to get it. Maybe you're pursuing, like, a new relationship or a creative project or, like, a new job opportunity, something like that. But it can also mean, that someone else is coming into your life with this energy. Like, maybe someone who's very direct and, like, assertive and knows what they want and isn't afraid to go after it. And that can be exciting, but it can also be a little, like, overwhelming, you know? This person might come on strong, and you'll need to, like, make sure that their energy aligns with yours, especially since you're focusing on joyful opportunities. Like, are they bringing joy or are they creating chaos? That's what you gotta ask yourself, right? Because, you know, sometimes that Knight of Swords energy can be a little bit much, you know? Like, they might not always think things through completely, so you might need to be the one to, like, bring a little bit of balance to the situation. So, yeah, either you're embodying this energy or someone else is bringing it into your life. Either way, it's going to be, like, a time of action and, like, forward movement. But it's also a good reminder to, like, stay grounded and make sure you're not, like, rushing into anything without thinking it through, especially concerning a meaningful love connection. So, how does this Knight of Swords relate to that connection, though? Okay, so, how does this Knight of Swords relate to that connection, though? Oh, we have the King of Swords, wow, okay. So this is, like, a whole different level of, like, swords energy, you know? The King is, like, the mastered version, like, the ultimate authority, right? So, like, where the Knight is all about, like, rushing in, the King is all about, like, thinking things through, you know? He's, like, very strategic and, like, logical and, like, fair, you know? So, like, this could mean a couple of things, right? Like, maybe you're being called to, like, embody this King energy in your own life, especially, like, in your relationships, right? Like, maybe you've been, like, a little bit too impulsive or, like, too emotional in the past, and now the universe is like, okay, it's time to, like, bring some, like, clarity and, like, reason to the table, you know? Like, to really think about what you want and, like, what you need in a partner and, like, not just, like, jump into things without, like, really considering the consequences, you know? It's like using your head, not just your heart, which, like, is so important, especially when you're trying to attract joyful opportunities, right? Or, it could also mean that you're going to meet someone who embodies this King of Swords energy. Like, someone who is very, like, intelligent and, like, decisive and, like, who has their life together, you know? Like, someone who is, like, a real leader and who, like, knows who they are and what they want, you know? But, like, the thing with the King of Swords is, like, he can also be a little bit, detached, you know? Because he's so focused on logic and reason, he might not always be, like, the most emotionally available person, you know? So, like, if you do meet someone like this, you might need to, like, work a little bit to, like, connect with them on a deeper level, you know? But, like, the cool thing is, because you've already done all that, like, releasing and, like, getting curious and inspired, you're already, like, in a really good place to, like, attract someone who is, like, really amazing, you know? And, like, the King of Swords can bring a lot of, like, stability and, like, security to your life, which, like, is always a good thing, right? So, yeah, like, either you're embodying this energy, or you're attracting someone who does, or maybe, like, a little bit of both. Okay, so, what does this mean for attracting joyful opportunities, though? Okay, so, wow, we have the Strength card. This is so interesting. So after all this, like, swords energy, all this, like, thinking and planning, now we have strength. which is like all about inner power, right? So it's like, okay, you've been using your head, now it's time to like connect with your heart, you know? This card is like all about like finding that inner strength to like overcome challenges, you know? And it's not just about like brute force, it's about like compassion and like patience and like gentle power, you know? So this is like so relevant after the King of Swords because he can be all about cold logic. So it's like the universe is saying, okay, yes, logic is important, but you also need to lead with your heart, you know? Especially when it comes to relationships. So what does this mean for you? Well, it could mean that you're being called to like tap into your own inner strength, you know? Like maybe you've been feeling like a little bit insecure or like unsure of yourself, especially after releasing those burdens with the Ten of Wands, and this card is saying, hey, you've got this. You are stronger than you think. It's like reminding you of your resilience and your ability to like handle whatever comes your way. Or it could also mean that you're attracting someone who embodies this strength energy, right? Like someone who is like kind and compassionate and like who has a really strong sense of self, you know? Someone who like isn't afraid to be vulnerable and who can like support you in your own journey of self-discovery. But the key is like they're not a pushover, you know? They have inner strength and can like be a real rock for you, right? And because we're talking about attracting joyful opportunities, this strength card is like a really good sign, right? Because it means that you're attracting someone who is like genuinely good and like who will bring a lot of positive energy into your life. This could totally be someone who helps you like heal from past hurts and like move forward with confidence. It's like combining that King of Swords energy of like clarity and decisiveness with this strength energy of like compassion and inner power. But like, how will this manifest though? Okay, Judgment, wow. This is like a really big card, right? Judgment is like all about like awakening, like a major turning point, you know? It's like the universe is giving you like a cosmic wake-up call saying, hey, it's time to like rise up and like step into your true potential, you know? And because we're talking about attracting joyful opportunities, this card is like, yes, 1,000 times yes, okay. It's like all that work you've been doing, releasing those burdens, exploring new ideas, all of it has led you to this moment of like major transformation, you know? It's like the universe is saying, okay, you're ready for the next level, baby. Which like so exciting, right? So like, what does this mean for you specifically? Well, it could mean that you're about to experience like a major shift in your perspective, you know? Like maybe you've been like holding on to old beliefs or like old patterns that have been holding you back and now you're like finally ready to like let them go, you know? It's like shedding your old skin and like embracing a brand new you. I know, right? So good. And this is so tied to your love connection, oh my gosh. It's like maybe you've been like attracting the same type of partners and now you're seeing all the things you need to change so you can clear the way for a healthier love. It's almost like a rebirth, a fresh start, especially with this love connection. Or, it could also mean that, like, someone from your past is about to reappear in your life, but, like, not in a bad way, you know? It's like maybe there's someone that you need to, like, forgive or, like, reconcile with in order to, like, fully move forward, right? And this could be essential to finding new love. Like, either you're experiencing this awakening yourself, or you're attracting someone who is, or maybe both. Just focus on, like, releasing any, like, lingering resentments and fully embracing your true self so you can attract that joyful opportunity, especially in love. I think you'll have to release those burdens like the Ten of Wands from earlier in order to move forward. But it could all change. It depends on what card we pull next. Okay, so, like, after all that amazing progress, like releasing burdens, getting inspired, awakening to your potential, here comes the Seven of Swords, which, like, can be a little tricky, right? This card is often about, like, deception or, like, someone trying to get away with something, you know. It's like after all that amazing growth, there's still, like, a little bit of negativity that you need to watch out for. So, like, what does this mean? Well, it could mean that, like, you need to be careful about who you trust, especially when it comes to your love life, right? Like, maybe there's someone who isn't being completely honest with you, or who is, like, trying to manipulate you in some way, you know? It's like, after that Judgment card, that rebirth, you might be extra vulnerable. So, like, trust your intuition, okay? Seriously. If something feels off, it probably is. Or it could mean that, like, you're tempted to, like, cut corners or, like, take the easy way out in some way, you know? Like, maybe you're tempted to, like, settle for less than you deserve or to, like, compromise your values in order to, like, get what you want. But, like, don't do it, okay? It's not worth it in the long run. So, like, how does this relate to that love connection? Well, like, maybe you need to be extra cautious about, like, red flags or, like, be willing to walk away if something doesn't feel right. You deserve someone who is, like, honest and, like, trustworthy and, like, who treats you with respect, you know? And because you pulled the Citrine Tower, remember that's about illuminating and attracting joyful opportunities. So, like, if you feel the joy dimming at all, you need to reevaluate the situation. And I think the Seven of Swords is like, don't let anyone steal your joy, you know? You've worked so hard to get to this point, and you deserve to be happy. So, like, keep your eyes open, trust your gut, and don't be afraid to, like, stand up for yourself, okay? And, like, with all that inner strength, like, you totally got this. And I think you'll have a wonderful, joyful opportunity coming to you so soon. I really, really do. So, Pile Crystal Citrine Tower, that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background. That is one of the simplest and easiest ways to show appreciation for me and my channel. Thank you to everyone who does that. I hope you have a very happy year and a wonderful, wonderful year. I hope this reading resonated, and I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon.